think I'm out my mind. The way I walk this walk, they think I'm out my mind. The way I talk this talk, they think I'm out my mind. The way I keep these laws, they say I'm out my mind. Out my mind. Out my mind. The way I walk this walk, they think I'm out my mind. Out my mind. Out my mind. The way I talk this talk, they think I'm out my mind. The judge, he think I'm out my mind, cause I ain't with no shot. This girl, she think I'm out my mind, cause I ain't shoot my shot. They really think I'm out my mind, the way I keep Shabbat. The ones that think that I lost my mind, the ones that's really lost. They think I'm blind, no, I ain't got the time, no. Walk a narrow line road, I'm just trying to shine, glow. They see my CC's dripping and they think I'm out my mind. I'm reading all these scripts and took me out my mind. Get that Ruach HaKodesh to keep me so aligned. I will not conform, so I renew my mind. So I can serve his will, his perfect will. I keep Yahusha on my mind because he's so for real. So I can serve his will, his perfect will. I keep that Torah on my mind to keep my soul fulfilled. Had them Ruachs in my ear, but now they out my mind. I was dead off in this world, but now I am alive. They think I'm out my mind, these folks, they think I'm out my mind. The way I walk this walk, they think I'm out my mind. The way I talk this talk, they think I'm out my mind. The way I keep these laws, they say I'm out my mind. Let's go. Rejection. Out my mind. Depression. Out my mind. Addiction. Out my mind. Unforgiveness. Out my mind. Pride. Out my mind. Perversion. Out my mind. Envy. Out my mind. And murder. Out my mind. Yahusha, Yahuwah, Yahusha, Yahuwah, Yahusha, Yahuwah.
Pick up your bed and walk. Lift up your head, Yeshua. Pick up your bed and walk. Lift up your head, Yeshua.
I was broke down, yep, dusted and disgusted. Stuck in the mud, face down in the gutter. Life full of sin is a life full of trouble. I'ma get it how I live, I'ma live for eternal. I just hope my prayers reach the Shenayim. Unjust scales like a broken triple beam. Use the word of Yahuwah like a loaded magazine. Gotta be a Kai, unified Siamese. Against all odds, giants must fall. It's my job, I've been called. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. Told off for my Isha, yeah, your favor is the best.
Pick up your bed and walk. Lift up your head, Yeshua. Pick up your bed and walk. Lift up your head, Yeshua.
Can't forget to give my double honors to the mores. Just to impress, looking like a court date. Gotta meet her with the judge, can't afford to be late. Gotta bear fruit, something like a sorbet. Yahuwah, can you help us, please? Time to arise, but they wanna stay asleep. A time to be healed, it's a time to believe. The truth's been revealed, now it's time to proceed. Against all odds, gods must fall. It's my job, I've been called. Be made whole. Sin no more, let the worst thing come upon you than before.
Pick up your bed and walk. Lift up your head, Yeshua. Pick up your bed and walk. Lift up your head, Yeshua.
Shalom, everybody. Welcome to Flex Truth Be Told Flex Podcast, episode 116. Episode 116. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Let everybody come on in. We waiting on Yeshub Judah, the host, to join us. He'll be joining us in a second. But welcome, family. Once again, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I think there he is right there. I think there's Shia. He'll be joining us morning. There you go. You with us, Big Op?
Hey, Shalom, Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, man. It look like we going right back. Look like we going
Yeah.
backwards, man.
Well, they let us rock for a little bit then. Yeah, man. It's yeah. So it looks like yeah, once again, as you can see, we can hear and see him for a second, and then he just so all praises. Keep the show in your prayers, man. They be stepping on us and squeezing the stream, the live stream, and y'all know how it goes. Y'all have seen it before, but once again, we Hasatan fights ministry. That's what he do. He fights the chosen ones, the chosen seed. If you ain't important, he don't even buy you. So I guess that we'll take it, but the Most High prevails each time. All praises. So once again, welcome to episode 116. We had the Shenayim on to last night. Had a great time sitting down with him, chopping it up, getting to know him a little better. They won't be with us tonight, unfortunately. We'll reschedule and have them for on the regular show for another time. But we're gonna go ahead and get things jumped off. Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody has had a great week. I have had a good week. Everybody, welcome on in. Shalom, everybody. Banath Shao Ahaya Shakaboom. Love you, baby. Shalom to Yamei. Sister Quate Battle. Shalom, fam. We got Mahalik Yahoo. Shalom in the building. We got D Elect number 12. Shalom. We got Miss McCall Bat Yah in the building. So shalom, everybody, man. We got 11 folks in the building. If you have not seen it yet, the good words of Banaf Shalahaya and Miss Shaka Boom, hit the like button. It is free. Like buttons available. Hit yours today. Boom. There you go. Free like buttons available. Hit yours today. Come on, somebody. That'll preach. And Miss Shaka Boom says, Shalom, please hit that like, thumbs up button as you come in and enjoy the show, enjoy the podcast. So yeah, fam, we got a great show lined up. Like I said, the Shenayim, Makayahu, and Shemaiah, they won't be joining us tonight, but we will have them back for the regular show on another day. Lot going on. Episode 116, we got a lot going on, man. We've talked before about these, about the fires and so forth, and everything that's unraveling. That's the title of the show. It's all unraveling. There you go. Boom. You know I hold it down till it get in.
Can you hear me out?
Yes, we can hear and see.
All right.
Everybody in the audience, give a 7 in the chat if you can hear and see. Oh shit, you shoot Judah in the building. Give us a 7. All right. Shaka Boom says 7. All right.
All right, man. So yeah, you gonna have to be the button man tonight.
I got you.
All right, man. Cause I'm once again back to the phone. That's what I said. It looked like we're going backwards. I don't know, man. I'm at a loss when it comes to this thing, brother. So
see, like I told you, they let their foot up off our neck for a little bit, but now they back.
Right, right. Now they back, and it's like I mean, I don't even want to get off into it because it'll start messing with my spirit. All praises to the Most High. We are
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Um, I'm sure Ayob has informed everyone, right. So we're going to keep that family in our prayer.
Right.
We did tell them that we will be able to reschedule.
Absolutely.
Right. And we praying that Shenayim a speedy recovery. Speedy recovery. Last night interview was awesome though, that I must say.
Yes, it was a great sit down. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. One of my favorite families and couples in the whole. I mean, I just like I said, the music is just fire, and it's a different sound. The duo of the husband and wife is going to set a great example for a lot more husband and wives to truly come together and be servants of the Most High, and let the gift and the anointing through the gift that He's given us, let it speak. And it's got to be that example, because like I told him last night, keep doing what you're doing, because the world that we have to reach, they don't know they don't think that that's happening in Yahshua.
Exactly.
They don't see that. So the more they see that example, and like I said at the event, their little son came up, was like, hey, scan this QR code out, you can download the album. And it wasn't forced, it was so natural. And like they just lead by example. He just picked it up, and I'm sure he grabbed the stack of cards like, hey, what, I'm gonna do my part.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, once again, y'all, we didn't have this when we was that age, but now at that age, our babies got it. They have this truth, and I'm telling y'all, if we can stay the course, it gets tough, it gets hard. You see, we don't cancel the show because Hasatan and whatever messing with us. We keep it going. We find
keep it going,
and we keep it going. That's the way we got to be. So, we'll keep Miss Shemaya and Malkiyahu in our prayers. Hope she feels better. And once again, we have her back on the show, and all praises to show, all praises.
Exactly. Yeah, man. The moon, Judah, have you seen her?
Yeah, beautiful.
She looked beautiful.
Man, me and my wife was riding the other night, and I can't even remember where we was coming from, and it was just, I was like,
she out there, yeah. She's showing out tonight.
And tonight, my goodness, boy. So, like Sirach says, decreasing her perfection.
Right.
And it's the, giving a portion to the son, and son, how they work together.
Exactly.
It talks about the Malaks and the Malakim, how they pass through the gates, and how we've always been taught in school that the sun and the moon stand still, it's the earth revolving. No, you got to check the word on that thing, man.
Man, don't even get me started when it comes
to listen, that's Ox Lane, y'all.
Man, don't get me started with that. But yes, indeed, man. And I think one of the reasons the Most High blessed me with such a great understanding on it is because science was actually my favorite course. And it's like, I used to sit and be at awe when they talked about the stars and the planets and the moon, and and how we are spinning, but yet not. I used to be at awe, and come to find this truth, this book of Enoch, and it just blew my mind, and it was not hard for me to accept it either. I just said, man, these folks been lying all this time.
Bruh, when I read Enoch in this truth and understood, I said the moon and the sun passed the gates. It's a Malak guiding it. It's like you said, it was not hard for me. I immediately, it's like my spirit and my soul just popped back in place.
And I don't know if you've ever done this before, Ayo, but I have in 2 different places where we stayed. I have actually watched the moon move through the different gates, like certain quarters of the year. Yeah, she'll be rising here, and she'll set here, and then I'll watch again in a certain corner. You know what I'm saying? Certain other corner. Yeah. So what I put it to the test, and that's what the Most High said in Malachi. Say, "Prove me now you're with."
Prove me now you're
which means put me to the test. And I put it
Man.
to the test, you know. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Like you said, putting it to the test, watching the sun and the moon do that different times of the year, how they rise and set, and like you said, the gates. It's all you ask yourself, how can these folks deny an
Con,
Elohim? Like,
con,
how can you? There's no way.
the
But
big con.
folk don't take the time to sit and, like the word says, look at his glory. He
Exactly.
spoke everything into existence.
Exactly.
This is what it's designed to
Exactly.
do.
Exactly.
So once, like you said, once you sit down and watch it, man, it's
Yeah,
undeniable.
it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. But yeah, so you know, I feel like I'm running a little bit behind because my internet stuff. So
Yeah.
if there's something I need to catch up on, catch me up on it. I don't know. Yeah. So how was your week though, brother?
It was good, man. It was good. You know, just wrapping Wonderland up, getting that thing mixed and mastered. Shouts out to my man down in Augusta, Georgia, Thad Price, 4X Entertainment and Productions. He's putting the mix and master. Shout out to Bezalel Israel as well. Zamira Israel, excuse me, Zamira Israel. They over there, you know, Bezalel is helping out with the mix and mastering as well on the album.
Oh, okay then. All
Yeah,
right
man.
then. I see you, Zamira.
Yeah. And we got it. I spoke with her today. We're gonna have her on the show soon.
Most definitely.
Her project just dropped. Motivation is streaming on all platforms now. Go get the single. And she did something on YouTube today. Shouts out to Zamira for doing this. Biz Lil. They got the lyrics to the song. You remember how you open the old albums and would see the pages of the lyrics? Man, they got that.
Come on now.
I love that, man. That was a blessing to see that because it's been so long. People just don't do that.
Right. Yeah, I used to love that. And I used to be upset when I open up an album and the lyrics don't be in there. You know, Prince was real good with just about all of his albums. He'll have the lyrics in the cover, man. I talked to King 7 as well. And because you know he got a new project coming up, and so I asked him would he like to come on and talk about that sometime soon as well. So you know, man, the show, you know, we exactly the Most High's blessing. So we just gonna keep this thing going the way that it's supposed to go. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the business. Doc. What we got? Beyond Critical Race Theory?
We got a great Beyond Critical Race Theory once again. Beyond the theory, getting into critical race facts and actual history, our story. You know what I'm saying? I got a great one for you guys tonight, a real positive one. I know we learn, and we both learn. Me and Sheer learn just as much as you guys when it comes to critical race history. Stuff I didn't know, and this one I most definitely know. So we're gonna take a quick turn from getting the lakes and the towns overran and how we get to escape and get our land taken.
Tonight,
we got some good stuff tonight, y'all. And I'm gonna go ahead and run this clip because I have never heard of this lady. I'm sure you can look at the ticker, but piano prodigy tonight. We're gonna talk about piano prodigy Hazel Scott Lee. Before I come back with the article, shouts out to African Archives.support on Twitter. They had a real great article on this, and I just had to go look at it and get it. But before I come back, we're gonna watch this clip. 1 second, real quick. That is,
man.
listen, when I've seen that video, I was like, okay, yeah, we got to talk about this. So that was a clip of Miss Hazel Scott Lee. I had no idea she had even existed, guys, and that clip was amazing. It's more out there. Like I said, shouts to African Archives on Twitter. They have African and Black History, African Archives.support. Go to their website, man. They got so many articles and so much stuff. But listen, real quick, Hazel Dorothy Scott was an internationally known jazz and classical pianist and singer. She also performed as herself in several films. She was prominent as a jazz singer throughout the 1930s and 40s. In 1950, she became the first woman of color to have her own TV show. The Hazel Scott Show. You would think that would have been talked about widely, but
never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
And it was featuring a variety of entertainment. To evade the political persecution of artists in the McCarthy era, Scott moved to Paris in the late 1950s and performed in France, not returning to the U.S. until 1967. Smart move. Born in Port of Spain. Now, if you go and look at Hebrews to Negroes, Ron Dalton has did extensive research, and he has researchers that has talked about in Spain the Spaniards that were dark-skinned and wore hoodies and that had a love for poetry and jazz. Now, there's no coincidence that this young prodigy, as you've seen how fast she was playing that piano and being a singer
right
at the age of 4, being born in the Port of Spain. You see how that matches up? We were spread. We were all everywhere, guys. But they don't show you on television that dark-skinned and light-skinned folks as us was even there. They just want you to think about us from the jungles of Africa, brought us over there, brought us over here, and we just met Jesus and just got to the promised land. No, that is not true. So let me keep going. I'm almost done. This is short and sweet. Born in Port of Spain, Hazel was taken at the age of 4 by her mother to New York. Recognized early as a musical prodigy, Scott was given scholarships from the age of 8 to study at the Juilliard School. She began performing in a jazz band in her teens and was performing on radio at age 16. On October 2nd, 1981, Hazel Scott died of cancer at Mount Sinai Medical Center in New York City. She was 61 years old and survived by her son, Adam Clayton Powell III. She was buried at Flushing Cemetery in Queens, New York, near other musicians such as Louis Armstrong, Johnny Hodges, and Dizzy Gillespie. Her legacy is left behind. She was internationally known, as we said before, as a performer of jazz. She also accomplished in politics, leading the way for African Americans in entertainment and film, and was successful in dramatic acting and classical music. She was noted for her swinging style, performing at the Milford Plaza Hotel in her last months. So once again, all praise to the Most High for his wondrous works that he do through his people. And Miss Hazel Scott Lee, y'all, I didn't know. What you think about that, Doc? There's something else, ain't it?
Yeah, man, I'm more impressed with her resume than her ability to play that two pianos at the same time.
As fast as she was going, I was like,
as fast as she was going. And when I say her resume, I'm talking more of she refused to play slave movies or be in rags.
That's it.
It said that she shut a whole production down.
Shut it down.
She shut it down. So they coined her as hard to work with.
Hard to work with. She trouble.
She trouble. That's how they coined her, right? And this is the same thing today that I feel like is going on with Jonathan Majors, man.
Yeah.
So you see, just like Solomon said, there's nothing new under the sun.
Come on, man.
If I'm not mistaken, I told my wife when it first started happening with him, I said he made somebody mad because whenever we think for ourselves or don't go along to get along, we become a problem in Hollywood. And when we become a problem in Hollywood, then that's when they turn the same ones that's loving you, promising you the best, and telling you this, that, and the other. They be the same ones to turn their back on you and go to their fellas, and then they'll blackball you. This lady had a whole TV show.
Whole TV show.
She was the first black lady, Israelite lady to have their own TV. I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it. They kept it
My mama was old enough to hear that show.
Right.
My daddy shown up was old enough to hear that show. This dude here been around since dust, right? Well, he gone now, but you know, the brother was old.
Right.
You know, Absolutely. We've never heard of it. Why? Because the same way they blackball you, the same way they erase you. No memory of it, no more.
Wow,
that's what made that beyond critical race theory so great. Really? Because you brought back something that was supposed to have been forgotten about.
Wow, man.
That's what makes that great.
Absolutely. Yes, that's absolutely what made it great. And you know, it talked about in the clip, it talked about her brief her activism. And you know, just refusing to do things that they wanted her to do to defame, you know, the image of her people.
Right.
She was like, no, I am not doing it. I'm not.
Right.
You know, it's not going to happen. So, man,
at that particular time, I'm sure you know that. I'm sure every role that they gave her was a mammy role.
It was a mammy role, and she was like, no, I'm not doing it.
Not doing it. We need that today. Matter of fact, I believe that our TikTok talk is going to be something similar to what we're talking about right now. Yes, I do believe that it's going to be something similar, which is having a strong backbone, having principles, and standing 10 toes down on what it is that you believe. Yeah, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, because it's non-existent in today's, you know, in the secular industry with these record labels, man. It's just, you know, there's no 10 toes down, standing on principle.
Nah,
record labels say we're gonna make a song called Pound Town, and you're gonna be the raunchiest ever. We do it. We own it.
Exactly. No questions. No fight back. No pushback. No nothing.
Right. We're going to start you out with $7 grand. We're going to put you on the 20-city tour. You're going to make $7 grand on the first 7 cities. By that time, 7 cities, you'll make 20 grand. By the time you've done 5 shows left, you'll get 50 grand a show. We on the next thing smoking.
Right.
So yeah, man, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. So all praises for that one right there. That was a beautiful one, man. And I'd like to change the pace too, like you say, you know, because we already know how wicked they are. Let's go find some greatness in the house of Israel. Let's go find some greatness in the house of Israel.
And the moment I seen that, I said, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
All praises.
All praises, man.
Yeah. All right, man. So what we got? First music break. Then we come back with our topic, right?
First music break. Then we coming back with our topic. We got Yah is King by the Shenayim. Let's get it.
All people tremble before him.
certain. Better sure up your worship, better plan out your purpose, cause your life has been purchased. I walk in blessings, not curses. Yep, I represent Torah. See, my king is Yahusha. Yep, and he goes before us, taking down all our enemies who mistake our identity. In the place of the identities where he placed us on bending knee. Calling plays like a quarterback, in the cut like a cul-de-sac. Like Moshe on the mountaintop, coming down to the golden calf. And the tablet in broken half. Our playbook was stolen. See, the dry bones are coming back, resurrected as soldiers. It's a fact we the chosen. Behind the veil we stay focused. Heartless and broken, contrite nice with the potion. See, my vices is gone and I stay protected like Goshen. I rep the city of David, Jerusalem be the homeland.
Yahuwah, who reigns in glory, all people tremble before him. Dwelling between cherubim, let the earth be moved for him. Yahuwah, who is in Zion, high above the people still. Let us praise his name together. He is holy.
Who is king? Yahusha's king. Yahu is king. Yahusha's king.
Yata Yahuwah, Yata Yahuwah.
Yahu is king. Yahusha's king. Yahu is king. Yahusha's king.
Yata Yahuwah, Yata Yahuwah.
Yeah, that was Yacht
Right.
by the Shenayim. We back with a great song, man.
I don't know what happened to my camera.
Uh-oh.
I ain't gonna trip on it though. I don't know what happened, but hey. Ooh,
Good.
yeah.
We rolling.
Right. I was trying to see if my laptop was gonna work right, and I'm looking at it at the bottom. It's not, so we gonna keep it like it is, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's
But
get it.
you know, the strangest thing, man, happened in the news. I saw that came across my my news feed
Ticker.
about facial recognition. And we always talking about technology here on this show. How it's going to affect us in the future. We talk about, what's happening over in China, over there in the land of Japhet,
Yep.
with them, and how they got all of these people on lockdown with social media and social reports, social credit scores, with the technology and things like that, right? And we tell people that it's slowly on its way to coming here, and it is.
Yeah.
And if you was to ask me, I believe that it's already here. Blue or red city, Detroit. I'm not 100% sure. Which one is it? I
want to say blue.
I want to say blue too, because of the transformation that it has went through.
Right.
Detroit used to be a booming city. They called it Motor City. Many of our people from the South moved to Detroit.
Yes.
To find a better way of life, and they found that. They was able to go up there. They worked in Ford. They worked at GM. They was able to buy houses. They was able to buy land, and you had people who worked at Ford and GM living in the same neighborhood as doctors and lawyers. From my understanding, I had a close buddy that was from Detroit, and this is how he laid the foundation down with Detroit.
Right.
Detroit is a city that is predominantly black, though, correct?
Right. Absolutely.
It is, right. Let's check out this story about Portia Woodruff. Run that video. Let's check this out.
What am I going to do in jail?
She calls her arrest humiliating.
I was scared.
And the criminal charges that landed her in a Detroit detention center earlier this year, devastating.
I was going through a panic attack.
Portia Woodruff says she was 8 months pregnant back in February. That's when a group of Detroit police officers showed up to her home saying she was being arrested for carjacking and robbery.
It scares me, honestly, to have any type of interaction with the police.
Serious crimes Woodruff and her attorney Ivan Land say she never committed.
This is sickening.
According to a lawsuit they just filed against the city of Detroit and a police detective, Woodruff claims the investigators' use of faulty facial recognition technology led to her wrongful arrest. The lawsuit claims Woodruff was detained after the crime victim met a woman at this gas station on Detroit's east side. He allegedly told police the woman who helped rob him was seen hanging out with several men here. According to the lawsuit, the victim's stolen cell phone was returned back here to this gas station. Detectives also picked up surveillance video here, but Woodruff says she's never even visited this place. Land says DPD's facial recognition tools found a 7-year-old photo of Woodruff. They say the carjacking victim, who told police he'd been drinking, picked Woodruff's photo in a lineup. Land said the detective ignored the fact Woodruff was noticeably pregnant.
They're not equipped to deal with facial recognition.
In a statement released by Detroit Police Department, Chief James White said, "I have reviewed the allegations contained in the lawsuit. They're very concerning. We're taking this matter very seriously, but we cannot comment further at this time due to the need for additional investigation."
Man, boy. Yeah, that.
Right.
Yeah, that. Yeah, you talk about very concerning. That y'all dragging y'all feet on this thing, man. This shouldn't be happening at all.
This shouldn't be an issue.
It shouldn't be an issue, man.
It shouldn't be an issue at all. There's a lot of things that's happening over here in this corporation that shouldn't be an issue, but is an issue because of what you just said, people dragging their feet on it. We have absolutely no pushback to anything. That is very quite concerning. And as we're gonna, talk more about this, we're going to see why we should be even more concerned about this. Detroit, you notice they always start these type of things in blue cities. This is the reason why I ask, is it a blue or a red city? Most blue cities are predominantly Israelite cities.
Yep.
There are many who probably won't agree with me, Ayo, but the Dixie Democrat Party is nothing more than a communist party. Yep. That's all it is, man.
I agree. I agree.
And what's sad is that the majority of our people, and I believe that still even within Israel, who maybe follow politics, for some reason feel that the Democratic Party is going to be able to save us some kind of way, right? I could only imagine, and I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm gonna ask you a question. Could you imagine getting your children ready for the day and you hear a knock on the door? And you go to the door, you got 6 armed officers at your door with a warrant for your arrest for carjacking. And the evidence that they have is facial recognition. What's going on in your head at this particular time?
Man, and as men, we cannot be emotional. We have emotions, but we can't be emotional, and we can't make decisions out of our emotions. In that moment, though, when I'm getting my children ready to go out the door, and you got 6 armed officers, that's one thing. But then when they knocking on your door saying they got evidence of facial recognition, you have to keep your emotions in check, especially as a dad, as a father, because you have little ones in the house, you got your wife in the house. So first and foremost, the reaction, like the immediate reaction, it's in our DNA to be like, wait a minute. I can't just let you pull me out. I'm a question, like, wait a minute, what you mean facial recognition? And do you know how they won't explain anything to you We'll talk
Right.
about that when we get down to the station.
Right.
Bro, I'm about to
Right.
take my children to school. What you talking about?
Right.
I don't have a get down to the station. You don't. I ain't been nowhere. I've been in my house all week. What are you talking about? A couple of days ago. So the initial reaction as a man, as a Hebrew man, we would have to stay calm, take a deep breath, and just. It's hard to say let it play out, but to protect the family because
Right.
they looking for a reason.
Right.
Yeah, let us break
Right.
down this door. Yeah,
Right.
go off. Please go
Right.
off.
And I love how you put that because when they come, they never come with the idea, the reason.
Right.
They don't even come. Reasoning don't even be in their mind. Look, just a couple of weeks ago here in Houston, and I do want to bring this up on the show at some point, man. Now, this guy did shoot a trooper. Don't get me wrong. This guy shot a trooper. He ran, and he got into his neighborhood and got into his house. House of Mono, we want to say shalom to you. Everybody else, because I didn't speak to everybody that's in the chat tonight. Shalom, and thank y'all as well for being here tonight. But this guy did run, and he got to his house, and he shot 3 other troopers as well, right? Officers, should I say. And I'm gonna bring all of this back to where we are right now, that they never come with the intent to reason, though. They brought SWAT out, and with SWAT, they brought this weapon that's called a rook. And they was in the north side of Houston, okay? In I want to say in a town called Spring, north side of Houston. When I tell you these police officers tore this house up with this rook. I mean, this house looked like Swiss cheese. Why? Because they was fighting, because they was saying that they was going to get this man. You see what I'm saying? And they using this machine, they saying, to protect officers' lives. Now, the question, and you can ask my wife, I was thrown off about this for about a week because I'm saying, what world are we living in where the police have the authority to tear up property like this to get somebody? I'm 50 years old officially now. I've been saying that for about a month now, right? But I'm officially 50 now, right? I've been watching SWAT get people out of houses, out of buildings, out of schools, out of hospitals, out of banks or whatever. And I've never seen them tear up buildings like that, right? What gives them the authority to do that? Because they're the police. This the same attitude that they have when they come to this lady's house. You only going off of facial recognition. You knocking on the door and you coming with an attitude to escalate the matter. Like you said, as a man, we gotta understand what's happening at this particular time, because they coming to escalate.
Right. And we know,
especially as a carjacker. This lady was 8 months pregnant.
8 months pregnant. What she looked like? Carjack, stealing the phone, carjacking the phone. Oh, we saw her with 2 men. Somebody picked her out of the lineup. What?
8 months pregnant. Nobody had enough sense to say, hey, facial recognition probably didn't get this right. Now, understand you still got a job. We're going to need you, Portia, to come down to the office so we can straighten this thing out.
Right.
But you treating Portia Woodruff like a carjacker from the time you knock on the door.
Right.
Even seeing that she's 8 months pregnant.
Right. That's, man.
Make it make sense.
Make it make, I love the way you put that, because you take me back, the way you said that, you take me back to Breonna Taylor, the no-knock raid in Louisville.
Right.
No reasoning. We just come to collect. Boom. Oh, she dead. Her boyfriend, and her boyfriend, he didn't get emotional.
Right.
He just reacted. That was a reaction.
He reacted. Exactly.
And he boomed back.
Exactly.
If you, like I said, the blicky blick is on deck. So
exactly.
If you don't come to reason, whether you're the police or whatever, what do you expect?
Exactly.
Lie down. What was that on state property? Benny Siegel, get down and lay down. That's
Exactly.
That's their mantra.
That's their mantra,
They
man.
don't want to talk about nothing. You get down to lay down. You do what we say. Come down to, no, I got kids. I'm cooking for breakfast, getting to school. I'm pregnant 8 months.
They don't, and you know that, and that's the thing. They never care about the kids. They never care about the trauma that they cause the kids. And then they always talking about, we want to bridge the gap of the relationship between between the citizens and the police. No, you don't, because the way you be acting, I don't even have to tell my children not to trust the police. Your actions is gonna cause them to be traumatized with you. You're gonna give my kids PTSD.
PTSD. I'm telling you, that's
you think they're not gonna remember the day that you knocked on the door and took their mama to jail?
Right.
At 8 months pregnant.
At 8 months pregnant. That's right.
They're not gonna remember that day, right? You see what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
But this the thing though with that facial recognition in Detroit. This misidentification has happened several times in Detroit.
Get into it. I'll bring it out.
This has happened several times in Detroit, but they keep renewing the contract.
Right. Keep renewing.
They keep renewing the contract. This is not the first. This is not the first lawsuit that they're receiving, because she is suing them as well.
Right.
They are getting more lawsuits because of this.
Right.
It's been overwhelmingly used to find black suspects at that. Of the 69 searches, Detroit Police Department have used facial recognition software to identify. They used it to identify 68 black suspects. Only one out of 69, they used it to identify 68. Only one Edomite have they used it to identify. This means that the police use facial recognition software to find black suspects 98% of the time.
Man.
This was another interesting key point here. Over a third of the images used for searchings, for the facial recognition searches, guess where they get them from? Social media.
Social media.
Over a third of them.
Wow.
On each department facial recognition report, there is a section that shows where the sources images used in search came from. Through 29 of the sources images used this year, they come from city's controversial project, Green Light Cameras. 25 of the images used come from the social media. It comes from social media. Now, what that tells me, and this is why what Ms. Mono said earlier, that this is concerning.
Yes.
Who is not on social media nowadays?
Right. Exactly. Who is not on social media?
So what that tells me is that this could easily happen to any of us at any times.
Yep.
And it makes me question, what is safe nowadays?
And you asked that question, and yes, Mono, you know, the facial recognition is racist as well.
Very racist, Mono.
It's crazy how they can implement this AI and say, oh, this AI has a mind of its own. No, you have to program it first. And then once the algorithms, we teach it how to train, but you have to program it first. But this, you put that well, because this is what I want to land back off of what you just said. With the Flint, Michigan crisis, the water crisis, that they still, you know, they just now taking action. They, you know, fired the mayor or whatever a year or so back, and this stuff been going on. They politicized it. They politicize everything when it's concerning us.
Right.
But then, once again, y'all, what do we always say on this show? You got to listen to the terminology they use in these articles when they write. Because in this, they want to always politicize everything. But here, check this out. It says, Robert Williams, a black man who was arrested when facial recognition technology mistakenly identified him as a suspected shoplifter. He sued Detroit police in 2021, seeking compensation and restriction on how the city uses the tool. Rock with me, I'm going somewhere. Another black man, Michael Oliver, like she was just saying, he sued the city in 2021, claiming that his false arrest because of the technology in 2019 led him to lose his job.
Detroit.
In Detroit. Now check this out. The very next line in this article says, critics say the technology results in a higher rate of misidentification of people of color than of white people.
That's what it says.
Critics, not politicians, not the mayor, not so of course they like, man, the prosecution, like, of course a critic is going to say that.
Right.
Where the politicians at now?
Right.
Criticizing this law.
Right.
Where y'all
Right.
at?
Right. Right.
What's going on?
Right. Because we're not Asian. We're not Asian, so we're not gonna worry about it, right? I mean, we're gonna pass a bill for the Asian. You know, we got to keep these Asians right? And I love what Manette Shalaha says. AI adapts to the person that's using it.
There you go.
So that goes back to what Mono said. Damn, facial recognition is racist too.
Right.
Because it's a racist that's using it. So AI can only adapt to the racist.
Come on out.
That's putting it to use. So when the AI see black and brown, they've been saying it for years. We all look the same.
We all look the same.
Now I got another question though before we move from this though.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And great insight on those facts you just brought out. But the question that I have now is, how in the world can facial recognition be admissible in court with how technology is today, with the ability of altering and creating images to what you would like them to be, as if AI technology like fake deep ain't real? I done seen them take this man and put this man's face on him and take this man's voice and put that voice with this individual right here. So how can facial recognition be admissible in court with we are in you? They tell us every day that we are in a world of AI technology.
Right.
You know what? You know what my song is when I go to court? I'm like Shaggy.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. And look, on the flip, we just talked about that, I think, in episode 112.
Right.
How this AI technology, the Hollywood is on strike because what they're saying is, look, you can't use, you have our voices recorded. You got so much footage and so many images of our voices. You can say Tom Cruise did anything. You can say Jamie Foxx did anything. You can say Sheer, Mono, and Ayob or Miss Mono and Shaka Boom did anything. You can take our voices. Like I said a while back on that same episode, New Breed, the YouTuber Israelite New Breed, he said he got a message saying, look, we got 85% of your voice recognition. We got a little longer to go. We got your face. We watching your show. We almost 100% of your voice. And so once they get it 100%, they'll be able to say, make it look like he's saying anything.
Right, because he don't show his face on any of his videos, right? New Breed.
He do.
Okay then. But they still had the audacity to send him that information.
Say, we got you. See what I'm saying? So once again, now coupled with that, what they've been doing, it's in their DNA to say, oh, you got a pregnant woman that did this. We got your face. We got you on camera. And she like, man, I ain't never been to this gas station.
What you see what I'm saying?
Oh man, this is
So before we run to the music break, it's two things I want to bring out.
Go ahead.
I talked about the Rook and what they did here in Houston. That weapon that they have is a tank.
Yeah.
And they could do a lot of stuff with that Rook. And it's been around since 2013, and a lot of people haven't heard of it because they haven't used it. They've been having it, but they haven't used it.
Right.
This technology, this facial recognition technology, it's not new either. It's been around as well, but it's just not starting to make the news. Why? Because they just not starting to use it, just like the Rook.
Right.
The point that I'm making is that they putting all of us on notice right now.
Yes.
That's what they're doing.
That's exactly what they're doing.
They're putting us on notice right now. Look, you can't run from us. We'll tear up a house to come get you. If you ain't did nothing, don't worry about that, because our technology gonna say that you did. They putting us on notice right now. Let's take us back to Matthew chapter 24.
Yep. Don't be deceived.
Don't be deceived. And also, they will persecute you.
Yep. For my name.
And turn you over.
Yep. To the courts. Come on,
to
man.
the courts.
To the courts.
Paraphrase.
Yep. Absolutely.
But this brings us right back to Matthew 24.
24.
Now you look at all the natural disasters that's happening in the world. FEMA is already in Hawaii. FEMA about to be in Florida right now. This stuff is not going to slow down, people. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's not. This is when we need to start preparing. Prepare in a time where you can prepare. Because as my daddy say, once the rubber hit the road, you ain't going to have time to. And what you don't want to do is say that I should have, I could have, man, I wish I would have. You don't want to do that.
That's it. Yep. And that deception is real. Like Mono's, I seen that picture of Snoop today. I don't know who all was able to see it, but they got this viral picture of Snoop in a pink ballet tutu.
I've seen that as well, yeah. And I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but man, they done made a whole Tupac CD.
Yes.
They got a brand new Tupac CD, collabing with Nicki Minaj and everything, man.
That was crazy. So, like Sherry's saying, y'all, is be aware, because they gonna start ramping this stuff up, because these signs and wonders is popping off. The Most High he getting busy. He just started, and they know it. They feel the pinch. Man, you can't tell me that Ramses. You can't tell me that Pharaoh. They felt the pinch.
Man,
each one he ramped it up, but that last one, they had no idea that it was
a man's pride will be his destruction.
That's it.
A man's pride will be his destruction. Let's get that first music break. This is gonna be a Shemaiah. Say it for me.
Shenayim.
There you go, man. I told him when I talked to him, I say, let me tell you now, I tears up names. He started laughing. I say, tell your wife, man, tell her, put the knife away, don't cut me.
Don't get me. Talk it to the brain, not the heart.
Exactly, yeah. But let's run that first music break. Let's get it out.
Description, greatly to be praised, great beyond description, and greatly to be praised. The great beyond, the great beyond, the great beyond, the great beyond. You are great beyond the river, great beyond the sea, great beyond the mountain of Galilee.
Yahuwah the great, you make no mistakes, Kodesh all your ways. I give you the praise, beyond understanding you leave me amazed. Ancient of days, Jerusalem, the city of David. The nations come, consider your ways. The narrow roads already been paved. Fly like an eagle, you'll make a way, the great escape. This is the sequel to Exodus, the debt's been paid. This land is evil, conniving snakes that's full of hate. Yahushua the great, he's coming to slay.
The great beyond, the great beyond, the great beyond, the great beyond. You are great beyond the river, great beyond the sea, great beyond the mountain of Galilee. We cannot go there with
Yeah, that was a great Beyond by the Shenayim.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that joint.
Yeah, I really like that too. Her voice is so powerful, man.
Yeah.
And you guys hit it on the head last night. That was one of the things that I was going to tell them tonight as well, bro. You not only do he sound like Tupac, he delivers like Tupac.
His delivery, yeah.
You know, he almost sounds like he's preaching. He got that,
right.
You know, it's like, right.
That's the comparison. I'm looking at when Pac was rapping, it was like he was preaching at you.
Yeah, it's like he's preaching at you. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, so man, you know, those two together, and you know, and I was also wondering, would there ever be a Shemaiah, you know, just vocals, man? That would, you know, because Israel need more vocals, you know what I'm saying, in the nation, man. And so yeah, for those of you that sing, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. But yeah, that's a beautiful tandem, a beautiful family. And we pray that she get to feeling better soon. What we got? We got TikTok talk.
Man, we got the TikTok talk on deck. So this is why. So why is this a problem again? Let's get it.
So you're 4?
Yes.
You're gonna let me turn you around and tell you you're some other age? You're 6 years old, Eric.
No.
I can't hear you, Eric.
No.
Are you being frightened by me?
No.
I'm the teacher. I said you're 6.
I am 4 years old.
All right, then. You stand up for it, then. You shouldn't be weak. You stand up and say it. You ought to scream it in my face if I try to tell you different, right?
Yes.
Have a seat. Stand up, young man. Are you a Negro, Travis?
No.
Are you a flunky, Travis?
No.
What are you?
I am black and beautiful.
And what else are you? Are you a boy?
No.
What are you?
I'm a man.
What kind of man?
Black and beautiful man.
Or what kind? Are you an old man or a young man?
Young man.
You, young man, you come here. You're a Negro.
No.
I am your teacher. You are a Negro.
No.
Suppose I threatened to beat you, what would you say? Aren't you a Negro now?
No.
What are you?
I'm black and beautiful.
What is your nationality?
My nationality is Afro-American.
Suppose I had some money in my pocket. Suppose I gave you $1 to say.
Wow.
So before you hear Super Bruce beat me up, I know we're not African American, okay? Before you Super Bruce beat me up, I know we ain't Negroes, okay? I know this. So let's look past that and let's look at the instruction that this guy was giving these children at this time.
Wow.
The strength that he was giving these children at this time. That type of teaching right there, Ayo, would be prohibited.
Yes.
Today. It would be prohibited. He was teaching these children at an early age. That boy say, I'm 4. At an early age, not to break your principles.
Wow. Man. That's what you call 10 toes down.
10 toes down.
10 toes down. And like you said that earlier. You said the TikTok talk when we opened up the show, we was talking about how Miss Scott, the piano,
right.
How you never heard of her and how they wanted her to play a slave and slave roles, and she was like, no, I'm not doing it.
Right.
Use my jazz and my artistry for that. Why can't you use it for a TV show to reach the world?
Exactly.
So toes down, and you see those young children, and like Monolord was just saying, you know how dope it is that we now can implement that in our children.
Exactly.
We say it all the time. Me and him have chopped it up about it. We chopped it up in Dallas about it at the Drip and Sip. How We didn't have the truth when we was that age, but now our children, they have it.
Right. And their kids is going to be raised in this thing.
Right. That's it.
See, those children there, I can almost guarantee you that those kids, those 4-year-olds and 5 and 6-year-olds, there was a problem to the system because of that training that they got at that particular time. See,
that's it.
They was trained early. They was trained early not to be S-backs. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Are you a Negro? No, I'm a man.
Right.
I'm black and I'm beautiful. I'm a man. Are you a boy? No, I'm a man.
Are you an old man or young? I'm a young man.
I'm a young man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that's why if you go back and you look at old films of us in the 60s and the 70s, brother, we walk with our head up. Our brothers had that dip in their step, man. Our sisters walk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why? Because we had pride about ourselves. Now, man,
we had
50-year-old niggas still got some skinny jeans on. Come on, man.
What? Boy.
You know what I'm saying? We done lost it all. Why? Because the righteous instruction has been taken away from us.
That's it. That's it. That's it. The righteous instruction has been taken away, and it's almost like a lot of us don't even want it back.
Don't want it back.
We don't want no parts of it because it ain't. Because the world say it ain't cool.
Exactly.
We want to look good and fit in with the world.
With the world.
There is a remnant now, like such as everybody that's in this audience. Everybody, me and you, like, hey, 10 toes down. You can tell me what you want to tell me all day long, the enemy, but you wasting your breath. Tell me to
for real. Vanette Sheila Hayek said something. She said it would be considered brainwashing and abuse today, and that's exactly what it would. That's exactly what it would. Man, they would persecute that dude, man.
Parents would be showing up. They would be ready to put. It's a Hold on. I'm gonna send it to you later, but I don't know if anybody in the audience may be familiar, but it's a Muslim teacher or Muslim principal. I can't remember where he's from, but they just, for this same reason, they just suspended him or fired him.
But you can teach your kids hey, let's not even go there, man. Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Great TikTok talk about.
Yeah, let's not even go there, man. But it's crazy what you can teach and what you can't teach, what you can say and what you can't say, what you can show and what you can't show. Like tonight, if we say something wrong, it could be 100% factual and right, but we out of there.
We out of there.
But if we got on here talking foolishness,
they let you.
More power to you.
More power to they'll add you to the algorithm even before the show off. You look back and be like, man, that's 380 views. Good gracious. Then next day,
how did that happen?
The next day it'll be 3,000. You be like, man, if we were talking about some drama and all kind of crazy stuff. But
exactly,
we got it 10 toes down.
Folks. Yeah, man. So yeah, that's the TikTok talk for the night. And I had to take the tick off because, man, bro, I changed the TikTok talk about 4 times a day. But I never did go back in to change the banner. I changed the TikTok talk about 4 times. I changed the buy sell about 5 times. And one time I had options up there: buy sell option 1, buy sell option 2.
Man, it be so much you want to say. It be so much.
Exactly.
Taking notes on this topic, and then you see another one writing down. And then you see another. You like, man, we got about 3, 4, 5 of them.
Exactly. Yeah. So
that did my soul and my spirit good to see.
Right. Yeah, man. So the Most High is good, man. That brother though was teaching those kids right, and that was the whole problem that they had with the Panther Party too. We bring this up constantly on this show. Yes. The problem, whenever we try to better ourselves, make ourselves better, try to do more for ourselves, the more problem we are to them. You know, just like with the beyond critical race theory today, I can guarantee you that she was a problem to them. She was hard to work with. That's what she was coded as, hard to work with.
Wow.
Yeah, let's get our music break in and let's keep it rolling. Yep.
All right, third music break. Dry Bones by none other than Shenayim. Shenayim, let's get it.
I can feel it in the air. Resurrecting on me. Please resurrect and harm. Can you tell me where these dry bones live? I can feel it in the air. Resurrecting on me. Please resurrect and harm. Can you tell me where these dry bones live?
Shemaya's right here. Aruka got delivered, took my mail. Living water from the well. Trained up without a rail. Felt like Jonah in the well. I like my fish with fins and scale. Went from Nikes and polos to fringes with no logo. Strength is in humility. The weak ones like to showboat. In search for my tranquility, I'm wide awake. No doze, nobilities instilled in me. Turning back's a no-go. It's the rebirth of a nation. Resurrection of a bloodline. Be patient for salvation. He is coming for his own bride. Prophesy to these old dry bones in the grave. Mighty men of Yahuwah, we the army of the slain.
I can feel it in the air. Resurrecting on me. Please resurrect and harm. Can you tell me where these dry bones live? I can feel it in the air. Resurrecting on me. Please resurrect and harm. Can you tell me where the Yahuwah, Yahusha, raise the name of a Mashiach. Can't you see all these things? Dry bones awake for all to see. Yahuwah, Yahusha, raise the name of a Mashiach. Can't you see all these things? Dry bones awake for all to see.
Yeah. It was Dry Bones about the Shenayim. Once again, a nice cut, man. I like that.
Yep. Can you hear me out?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. All right then. We trying this thing again,
Try it
man.
again.
We trying it again. It's
Yeah. I hear a little bit of an echo.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I think I know what it is. I got my backup on deck just in case this shit don't act right. That's what it is. Yeah. Get that out of there. Okay. All right then. Yeah, that echo should be gone. I don't.
Yeah. You back.
Okay then. Cool.
Let me get you. There you go. Bam. Back.
All right. I see that daggone Wi-Fi thing up there, and that's what's crazy is that the Wi-Fi is off. I'm running straight Ethernet, and the Wi-Fi is off, but it's still showing that the Wi-Fi is up there, and it's showing that it has a weak signal. I don't know why it's weak to begin with, but this is crazy, man.
That AI said, y'all gonna talk about me, I'm gonna show up.
Right. It could be something. It could be something totally different than what I think it is. But when I work on this laptop all day, every day, and not have no issues. Come Wednesday, it just want to act like want to act like Archie Bunker, fussing and eat it. What else can I think?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, literally, we at 8 o'clock, 7:30, 7:45, we get a mic check and start talking. It's just smooth, but right.
Right.
I mean, literally, we at 8 o'clock, 7:30, 7:45, we get a mic check and start talking. It's just smooth, but right. I mean, literally, we at 8 o'clock, 7:30, 7:45, we get a mic check and start talking. It's just smooth, but right. 10 minutes to showtime, it just start going.
It just go crazy. It just go crazy. Yeah, it is what it is, but you know.
But we live and the Most High's green. All
praises. All praises. Yes, indeed. We called it a couple of shows back.
Yeah, we did.
We called it. I was trying to find that show so I could play the clip, but I couldn't. I didn't know what show it was, but I wanted to play the clip. When we called it, we said right when school started back. What did we say? You remember?
Yep. I said, watch, just keep an eye on it. And we said right when school started back, they probably gonna ramp it up again. And lo and behold, here we go. They are ramping it up again. I've been watching it. We have not been saying anything about it, and I'm guessing that I know Ayo been saying it as well, because we get a lot of the same news. And we just been quiet on it. I just been sitting on it, watching what's happening, And I said to myself, we about to go to a mask mandate, and lo and behold, we had a mask mandate. Do I got a video for that, Doc? I think we do. Let's see what we got. Yep, let's get it.
2 weeks. Some medical experts are not sure these new restrictions are necessary yet.
To keep kids home or to force them to wear masks is an overreaction. The thing to do is, if you're concerned, and we should always be concerned and we should always be vigilant, is if you haven't gotten vaccinated, get vaccinated. And if you haven't gotten boosted, get boosted. That's the best thing to do.
An updated COVID booster will be available sometime mid-September. CDC will meet September 12th to talk about it.
That was a commercial.
That was.
Many looked at that as news, but that was a commercial ad.
That was an ad. That's all they did was advertising. Coming back in September, they telling you the month and everything.
That was an ad. We always say on here, listen to what it is that they say. Listen to their language, because they tell you, right?
Yep.
Listen to their language. Now, before school started back, they was already saying a little bit that the children were starting to get sick. You need to watch them. And that's how we were able, and I'm not saying I'm a prophet or a son of a prophet, but you just got to watch and listen to what be happening, and you can start putting pieces together, And so I said, watch, when school start back, they going to ramp this thing back up, like we said. And sure enough, and now, so I got in the description also, if you guys want to see it, a list of places and entities that are calling for the mask mandate. But back to that commercial ad, Ayo, how convenient is it that Biden administration in mid-September is about to roll out boosters? Now, all of a sudden, this infection 19 is on the rise, and they telling people to go back and start wearing masks. How convenient is that?
How convenient? It's truly convenient. Truly. They was already warming you up in July. Keep your eye on it. And then we caught wind of it, like, yeah, keep your eye on them, because, and then all of a sudden, they talking about that ooh-wee.
Right.
Just gotta get that ooh-wee, make sure you're good. And it's like, you wasn't talking about this in March and April.
Right.
You were not talking about this in June. All of a sudden, mid to the end of July, they put it out there to see who was going to, start buying hand sanitizer again, and, making doctor appointments. Then August rolls around, you see back to school specials, and then you start hearing tremblings again. And then now all of a sudden they just blatantly like, yeah, go get that ooh-wee and the ooh-wee booster
exactly
in September, so you can be protected this winter. Yeah, I think it's super convenient to answer your question.
Just about every week we come on here and we talk about some new athlete, young athlete that have passed away or who have had heart failure or something like that. And every week we say the same thing, which is We have never seen anything like this until, right? And I don't know if you remember the article or not. I'm sure it came across your phone, and we probably even talked about it as well, when they were saying that, pregnant mothers need to get the cocktail in order to fully protect their babies.
Right.
They trying to get these babies even in the womb, And this is what's scary about this, with all of the people that's dying, as if we're not seeing this. If we're not reading this in articles, if the world is not talking about this, you're still advertising this cocktail for people to go get. Now, I always say I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, right? But I'll be useful if you pick me up.
Right.
With what we see that's going on in the world around us, people just dropping dead, entertainers dropping dead, athletes dropping dead. How is it that instead of you coming trying to explain to us what's really happening, go ahead and man up, tell the truth? Hey, we made a mistake.
Right.
You try to convince people to take it even more.
It's greed. And whenever we talk about greed, whenever the word talks about greed, it ain't necessarily talking about money. It's just talking about, like you just said, instead of coming and telling folks, look, we messed up, man. We was off, not a tad, but a whole lot. And we can't bring back the people that's probably passed from this. But we're going to end this right now and tell y'all this the wrong thing to do the right thing, yada, yada, boom, boom. They ain't doing it. They doubling down. It's greed, power, money.
That's exactly what it is.
Like you say, you got 20-year-old, 23-year-old. What's the young man? We know about Bronny James, 18-year-old with a cardiac arrest. But now what's the young man that played for University of Houston, went to the Final Four in the championship last year?
Right. We just talked about him last 23 years old.
23 years old.
23 years old. I just got an article. I'm gonna see if it's still here. Right, it's been here all day. It's probably gone now. Of a 21-year-old rapper just died, man. Yeah, it's gone now. I done let it stay on there long enough that it's gone. But he was 21 years old. Yeah, 21 years old, man. I mean, it's not making sense to me. Now, this is the thing, though. And I've been saying this, and this is one of those where I think that I could be wrong, put it that way. But at some point, man, the food is going to start being contaminated. This is the thing that be on my mind, me and my wife was talking about this the other day. People are getting sick. Even right now, people starting to get sick.
Yep.
And so I was saying to myself, man, these people there's a song say, do you believe in magic? And I do. I do. I believe in magic. Look, they got a God the same way that we got a God. Right. You understand? Right. They deal with technology. We see this kind of stuff that they do.
Yep.
So at the particular time that they start saying that, hey, this stuff is on a rise, right? People are asked the question, well, what? Explain the sickness. Okay, well, I just can't really explain what the sickness is, but hey, they got access to our water. They got access to our foods. They got access to the air that we breathe.
Right, yeah. All of it.
They got access to all of that. So we can't just say that, hey, the numbers are showing that people are getting sicker without people for real getting sicker. Yeah, people are getting sicker. And people doing what? They going to the hospitals. When they go to the hospital, and this is where the number game runs, right? They go to the hospital. They're like, I take my car to a mechanic because I don't know how to work on cars. Right. So whatever that mechanic say is wrong with my car, well, I'm going to take his word for it because you the professional.
Right.
That's why I brought it to you. So I go to the hospital because I'm not feeling sick. They run one of those tests on me and come back and be like, hey, this is what you got. You got infection 19. Well, I'm going to believe that. Why? Because he's the professional.
Come on, man. Bring it out now.
I can have appendicitis as far as I know.
Right. Right. Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. But if he tell you he the professional, like you say, he the professional.
He's the professional.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
You know? It's crazy. And so what that do, that boosts the numbers. Now the numbers are boosted. Now we can start saying, hey, we got to go back to the mask. You know what the mask is? It's a precursor to lockdowns.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. And it was talking about not Bethune-Cookman, but in Atlanta. I got it here somewhere. Morris Brown. Morris Brown, the HBCU in Atlanta, has reinstated its COVID-19 mask mandate and other restrictions for 2 weeks due to reports of positive cases among students. All students and employees are required to wear face and mask for 14 days from August 20th. President Dr. Kevin James said in a letter that was posted on social media. The college is also imposing restrictions on the size of gatherings and parties, and large student events are banned for the 2-week period. Here we go, y'all.
Here we go again.
Here we go.
It's going to be the Truman Show.
Right. I'm telling you, we talked about that before. He was shocked when he heard the audience clapping. He came behind him and was like, wait a minute. And all the cameras came out. Like,
exactly.
So
it's going to be like It's going to be like another episode of Groundhog Day. Now, this is the thing. We've been talking great reset on this show. Great reset on this show. Great reset on this show. We talk currency, we talk natural disasters, we talk we talk all of this. And all of this plays a part in the plan. All of this plays a part in the plan. Mano say he can't wait for it. Hey, that brother live in Atlanta. I've been to Atlanta. The traffic in Atlanta is crazy. Hey.
Me and King 7 was talking a while back that exit to get on I-20.
Right.
247. Listen, if you miss that exit to get on I-20,
right,
to get to I-75, if you miss that traffic, it's gonna be a while for you.
It's gonna be a while. Yeah. Anybody that live in big cities, anybody that live in big cities can almost feel how Mono feel. Cause hey,
he's like, look, I'm looking forward to the next.
Houston got traffic at 3:00 in the morning. Do you hear me, man?
Yep, that's another.
Boy, during that pandemic, I was working the graveyard shift during the last lockdown, right? I was moving around this place, man, like I was Batman. You understand what I'm saying? I'm the only one.
Not Batman.
Say, bro. I got the whole freeway. You got the lanes you're supposed to be in. Right. The freeway was so empty, I was straddling the lane. I'm riding down.
What they call it, using the whole lane and everything.
Look here, bro. I'm swinging on the freeway. You know what I'm saying? Look, that real talk, man.
Tipping on fofo.
Look here, man. But back to the business though, bro. This really is the precursor though, and this the other thing too. You gotta listen to them talk as well, because they starting off the same way they started in 19. That is not really that serious.
Yes.
And then a week later, boom.
Listen, if I can share real quick, me and the wife was just talking today. In 2020, February 24th, I had the stroke. I was in the hospital for about a day or two. Came out of the hospital. You didn't hear nothing about it. All of a sudden in March, at the end of February, boom, lockdowns, closing down offices. I was like, wait a minute, where was this at?
Right.
The same way. You're hearing little rumblings about it. People not really paying attention. You hear it in one ear, to go out the other, and all of a sudden, boom, numbers here rising, numbers here rising, numbers here rising. Can't go out the house, and so I just wanted to share that real quick. How it, it's how it's parallel the 2019 and 2020. You didn't hear anything about it, and then boom, it hit, and that was it.
And that was it, man. I knew they was real. Put it that way. I want to say my words right. I knew they was real when I was watching an NBA game. I forgot who it was playing. I want to say it was the Lakers. Well,
no, I think it was Minnesota. Was it the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Phoenix Suns?
I can't remember.
I think Chris Paul they was walking around looking at each other, and I remember
right.
I could be wrong.
Okay, then so you might be right. If you remember Chris Paul, you might be right. But yeah, that's when I knew that they was real about this thing, when they shut down the NBA in the middle of the game.
In the middle of the game, like
in the middle of the game.
Yeah, okay, because remember it was Minnesota. Remember Rudy Gobert? He was.
That's right. Rubbed
the mic.
That's right.
Starting sick, so it
exactly. You are exactly right. Yup. So so I mean, so if they did it to us once, and this is how they think, and this is human nature too. I tell my wife stuff like, people only do to you what you allow them to do to you, right? They did it to us once. What's gonna keep them from doing it again? What's gonna keep them from doing it again? And so it's one of those things, man, that me and Safa, we talk about it all the time. And I hear you, Mano, as far as convenience wise, that can't wait for the next lockdown, but the next lockdown would be catastrophic. Whew. It would be catastrophic to the economy, in an economy right now that's already shaky. We really couldn't afford more businesses to close. You know what I'm saying? To close down. We can't afford for the economy to stop again, especially when Saudis is already joining with India and allowing them to do what it is that they do. When you look at it on a global scale, another lockdown would be terrible. It would be terrible.
It would. Woo! Thank goodness for the Most High for us. But
facts.
Because you know how the world, man. They just, it wasn't no hand sanitizer. It wasn't no toilet tissue. No paper towels. It was absolutely bonkers. People had just lost it. So a second one, you most definitely. Venezuela, you think about Venezuela, how it was, people were standing in line for 2 days for tissue. And then they started rationing it out. You can only get 2 rolls per family, per 4 people.
Right.
It could easily, y'all, and we know that, as in Goshen, we protected, but we would
facts. Say that again, in case some people missed it.
We protected. The Most High got us. We just gotta believe. Make sure we sealed. Have His name in our forehead and our head.
Right.
Make sure we yoke with Hamashiach. Make sure the Ruach HaKodesh is living on us and in us. But we would still see the signs and wonders. We would still see it going on.
Right.
Just like we wasn't. Miss Rain. We saw the plague. We saw the dogs, and we seen it.
We seen all of it. We seen it. But like Ayob said, we were protected at that particular time, man. Why? Because we belong to the Most High. And this is the thing too. I always repeat this, and I want all of us to always remember this. When we see these signs and wonders, because that's what they are. These plagues that's happening, the destruction that's happening. When we see the evil that they are doing towards us and all of this, remember that what the Most High is doing, He's doing it to save us.
Come on, man.
He's allowing these things to save us. So when He was antagonizing Pharaoh, when He was up in Pharaoh's face causing the darkness and causing the flies and causing the frogs and causing the grasshoppers and all, when He was doing that, He was doing it for a purpose. He wasn't doing that to show Pharaoh his powers, just to per se, hey, I can do this. He was doing this to bring us up out of there.
Man. Come on, man. Say that again. Because I think a lot of people do get that misconstrued that he was just doing it for power. No, he was doing it for us.
He was doing that for us.
Come on,
you know. And so, just like Mono say, the closer the prophecies come to pass, another lockdown. Exactly
what we're
going to see. Exactly. Ooh. With all of this stuff that they got going on, with what it is that they unlocking technology wise, and all of the demons that they messing with and stuff like that, man. Look, and I pulled my phone up a while ago because I don't know if you got that news feed as well. They saying that we are on a small verge of a nationwide blackout. Oh, so you did get that?
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
Pandemonium. Like Big Ock just said. We have to pray that our people hold strong.
Exactly.
Because it's gonna get dark.
It's gonna get dark.
Dark, and that's literally, spiritually, and figuratively. It's
exactly
about to get
as they say on the Game of Thrones. Winter is coming.
It's coming, y'all. So we just, man, like I seen that earlier. A nationwide lockdown.
Right. A nationwide lockdown.
Bruh. Do you?
Yeah, I ain't got enough bullets.
Listen. I'm telling you.
I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you think on how to protect yourself. You dig what I'm saying?
There's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing if my burger alarm starts ringing.
You know, I told my wife when I moved to Houston, I ain't never, and Dallas is not no nice city. Don't get me wrong. And I always tell people, maybe because I'm from there, you know, when you from somewhere, you familiar with it. And so it don't look as bad to you as what it really is. But bro, I came to Houston, man. I told my wife, I say, do these fools down here put robbery on their resume? Dude, they rob everything, everybody, everywhere, and every time. Just imagine a total blackout.
And the purge is what you think
exactly.
about. Exactly. I mean, coupling in what we're talking about tonight. You got we're gonna be standing 10 toes down, right? But then you got the mandates and stuff going off, blackouts, facial recognition, like just couple, man. Oh my goodness, boy.
Yeah.
All of that
food shortage. You know. Yeah. Hunger Games and Purge had a baby.
Yep. For real.
I don't know what that baby is called, but that's, you know what I'm saying.
Hunger Games and the Purge had a baby. The
Hunger Purge.
The Purge Games.
Yo,
I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing if my burger.
It's gonna be terrible out there, man. And none of this is being said to put fear in people's hearts. By no means. You read Jeremiah chapter 31, it tells us, and this goes along with what the OG was saying as well, man. He said, Jeremiah said, there is going to be a time of trouble such as there never was, that man has never seen here in earth. And you got to understand when you read that in Jeremiah 30. Matter of fact, let me run over there right quick. Jeremiah 31. Let me run over there right quick.
Baby, it's called reality, right? The hunger. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Jeremiah 31.
Jeremiah 31. It was Jeremiah 30. Time of trouble. Hold on. Oh, it's Jeremiah chapter 30. I got it. 30, starting at verse 1. Yeah.
Verse 1, yep.
Yeah, starting at verse 1. It says, the word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord saying, thus speaketh the Lord of Israel, the power of Israel, y'all. the power of Israel, saying, write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. And lo, the days come, said the Most High, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, said the Most High, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. So they go again with what we were saying, that everything that we're seeing right now, he's doing it for our benefit.
Our benefit. Come on, man.
No
That's
need
powerful.
to be afraid of this.
That's powerful, man.
He's telling you right now, right? But how is he going to do it? Verse 4. And these are the words that the Most High spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus says the Most High, we have heard a trembling of fear and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Why? Because of what's being seen in the world that we live in.
Come on, man. Come on, I'll bring it out.
This here precepts will, when Yasha said that if I don't cut it short,
it's gonna be so much bloodshed.
Even the very elect
will be fooled.
They ain't gonna make it.
Wow.
He said they faced with paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it, even the time of Jacob's trouble.
Come on, man.
But he shall be saved out of it.
That is right there.
He shall be saved out of it. It don't matter what's going on. I always think about David when he said 1,000 may fall on my left, 10,000 may fall on my right, but it shall not come nigh unto me.
Come on, man. That's gonna be the caveat and the say all end all of the signs.
You understand?
Like,
this is that's when there was in Zechariah when it said that they gonna cling to the hymns of the Hebrew. We gonna go with you. Go read it. No, that's in Zephaniah. We gonna go with you. Why? Because we heard that the Most High is with you.
Oh, yep. And you see, look at in verse 4, when the Most High, you see what he said concerning Israel and Judah.
Concerning
it spread across the world of four corners, and Judah in America. Come on, man.
Gonna bring them together.
Come on.
Gonna bring them together. Gonna make two houses one again.
Woo.
Gonna make two houses. This ain't got nothing to do with Christianity. I just thought I'd throw that out there. For verse 8, for it shall come to pass that in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke. Listen to this, man. I will break his yoke from off thy neck. He's gonna break Edom's yoke off our neck. Everything that he's doing, how is he gonna do that? I'm gonna break him economically. I'm gonna break his infrastructure. I'm gonna take his kids away from him. They gonna try to hide in holes. I'm gonna dig them up out of them holes. I'm gonna take his yoke from off your neck.
You say mountains fall on us.
I will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve Ahiah their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them.
Boy, he's gonna be Most High showing out.
He's gonna be showing out.
Showing out, boy. I'll tell you, like I just.
So we can't get scared of this.
No, we got to be, it shall not come near our dwelling. You know what I'm saying? It should not come near. I believe it's Revelation that said mountains fall on us.
Exactly.
They ain't gonna want to see Mashiach. They ain't gonna want to.
They ain't gonna want to see him.
Pull up. They ain't gonna want to see him.
What was that? I think was that in Isaiah where it says that that he walked through the man, I can't think of it right now, man. My mind not working right now. I wish Safar was here because that's one of his favorite texts, but I can't think of it. I'm gonna bring it back. I'm promised that I'm gonna remember this next week, and I'm gonna bring that scripture next week, man. But I believe that it's in Isaiah when it talks about how Mashiach, when he come back, he gonna be cutting heads off. You know, he's taking heads. He's taking heads, and this is like crowns. You understand what I'm saying? He knocking out the heads of these kings. for our benefit. Y'all understand that?
Man, that's powerful.
Y'all understand that? He taking crowns. Why? Because he is the king.
Yeah. Come on, man.
He is the king. We was talking about lions the other day, right? What the male lion do all day? Male lion lay back and just chill all day. Female lions be out there tending to the cubs. They go out there and they'll hunt. They'll try to go hunt them something that's too daggum big. The male lion still over there chilling, ain't minding his business. But when another male lion come up in the thing, that's when he get up.
He get up.
He get up. Why? Because it's only room for one king.
It's only room for one king. Man.
Yeah. It's only room for one king.
Wow, that's powerful.
You know? Watch it. Watch the nature, man. Nature teach a lot of stuff. Nature also teach you that there's real enemies out there too.
Yes, sir. It sure will. Let you know.
A hyena gonna always be a hyena. I don't care what you. And
a monkey gonna be a monkey. A lion gonna be a lion.
A lion gonna be a lion. It don't matter, right? It don't matter. All praises, man. But yeah, just want to bring that out. So we need to be mindful. So when these mandates come and you hear the word lockdown come, all of these things, they got to come to pass, people. And like Mono said, that's just going to be the beginning of some of the things that we're going to see. And I always take their threats, what they call warnings, I take them serious. You know, they talking about a nationwide blackout. Hey, they been doing rolling blackouts for the longest, y'all. All they doing is testing. I told y'all all they do is push buttons. They'll turn a whole daggum city out with a push of a button.
Yep. That's all it takes. The man, he ain't got to come out to your house and snip the power anymore. The engine, put the laptop just like it and push the button.
Push the button. Turn the whole neighborhood out.
Done.
And tell you that they coming out there to work on it when all they got to do is just push that same button that they turned it off with, push back on. And you call and trying to find out, and they got you talking to elevator music.
Recovery time will be
right.
17 hours. Like, wait, what?
Right.
I had a steak on the stove. What you talking about? 17 hours. Yeah,
17 hours. Think about all the people that need oxygen and all that. What we got next? We
got buy a sale.
Buy a sale.
All right, y'all. Y'all ready? Let's get it.
Wonder has been blind since he was a baby, but there's a big conspiracy theory that he's not because he does things like perfectly catch falling microphones right into his hand, frequently sit courtside at NBA basketball games, and take very accurate photos of people, point the camera right at them when his very famous friends in the industry even stay exposing him. Maybe he thinks being a blind piano player is a cool brand.
I've been spending my whole life with him thinking he can see. I know he can see.
What's the most surprising thing about Stevie Wonder that public doesn't know?
He can really see.
But y'all don't know, Stevie can see. Stevie can see. It's just an act. Stevie walks on stage, walks to me, looks me dead in my eye and says, Anthony, get me to a piano. I was like, Stevie, well, hell, if you just walked to me, you could have walked to the piano. He caught himself and had to play it off.
Door opens. It's Stevie Wonder.
And then walks to an elevator.
Says, what's up, Shaq? Presses the button.
I'm going to tell you what Stevie Wonder has to say about these rumors, but before I do, make sure you follow so you finally know the craziest conspiracy theory about each of these celebrities and request you want to see next. When TMZ point blank asked him if the conspiracy theory about him being able to see is true, all he said was, it could be.
For some reason, I believe it too, man. I buy it, man. I think Stevie can see.
Don't let me be an influence on you, Ike.
Look, my wife talking about she's selling. No, baby, I bought it. He caught that mic. I don't know.
He caught it.
He caught the mic.
He had a whole lot of people.
Right. Now, hold on, y'all. Don't be trying to plead the fifth. Don't do that now. Don't do that tonight. Tonight is not the night to be trying to plead the fifth. Y'all know that man can see. But for real, man, listen. I've always wondered, and no pun intended to that. That's not a joke. I've always wondered if he could, but I've always heard, being in the business, I've always heard, and one of my old mentors, Benjamin Enfield, who does a lot of the social media for a lot of the celebrities, when he was like maybe 17 and 18 and just social media was just now getting started, and he does a lot of the social media setup for a lot of the celebrities. He did Stevie's, and I've heard a story from him a few years ago. He was like, yeah, Stevie could see. And I was like, yeah, right. Like, I didn't think about it in 2019 when I was in his mentoring class. I didn't think about it, but it's just that you hear stories, and my wife can vouch. She know being infield, and
right.
He's like, yeah, man, Stevie can see. I've been in the studio with him. I work with him. He can see. He can put on the phone and whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead out there on the limb. I just seen him catch the mic.
Man, that mic catching. That was. I always have been saying it, but I think I was saying it more as a joke. Right. But when I seen him catch that mic, that's for me. My wife think I'm crazy, man. Like, this is not something new that's in my house. That's why she say I'm on punishment. That's why she said I can't with you. She like, I done convinced my son that he could see. I talk about this so, but that's Steve. I say Barry Gordon and Stevie came together and say we gonna pull the biggest trick on America, and we gonna get rich doing it. You gonna be a blind harmonica player that can sing. Man. Yeah, I believe I buy that. I do, man. I buy that. Stevie, I buy Stevie could see. I started asking questions when he had courtside tickets at the basketball game. Like, that's a dangerous place to sit for a blind person, man. It's dangerous to sit there for a blind person.
You get hit with the basketball, one of the players trying to save the ball from out of bounds, jump over there and hit you. Like, you got to be able to move real quick.
You got to be able to move. You got to be moved equivalent to the speed that you move to catch that microphone when it fell.
I'm telling you, because he caught that mic, y'all. I know
he caught that mic.
Don't have to run that clip back.
I buy it, man. Stevie can see. Yeah. I buy that. Yeah, that was my last option. I was just about to get off, man. I told you I had about 5 different buy sales, and I was about to get off the laptop. I said, man, let me get up from here, man, and go do something. And then I ran across there. I said, oh, that's it. We running that tonight.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, man, bro, listen, like I said, I've heard the stories, and Mono just said, Mono been in the business for a long time. If you've been in the secular part, you've heard those stories of. You've heard them. So I buy it. Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all.
I tell you, man.
Stop.
He a musical genius, though. I tell you that. I put some Stevie on and just let it go. I'm talking about just let it go for hours. You know what I'm saying? But the brother could see, though, man. Stevie, the trick is out. Hey, when the Jewish people got found out, your eyes did too, Stevie. Let us go to tell us the truth, Stevie. Go.
You ain't getting out of here unscathed, bro. You gotta take
go to tell us the truth. Yeah, man.
Gotta take
man. We got brother Mono coming on the show here soon.
Yeah, man.
Can't wait for him to sit down with you.
We're gonna talk about that. Let the OG talk, man.
Let the OG talk. He had a listening party not long ago as well.
Man, let me tell you, bro.
Yeah, say that. If you are a fan, go ahead, Doc. I'm sorry.
No, you about to say that. Go ahead. You about to say what I was about to say.
If you are a fan of real hip hop,
come on.
This joint here is for you. Like, for real. Let the OG talk. And what's interesting is that you could tell that he's an OG in this game, right, and how his music is put together. It's not just the lyrics, it's the hooks, it's the music, it's the arrangements, it's everything about it. It's the delivery. It's everything about it that, you know, it's like, hey, I'm not new to this. You know what I'm saying? And so for him, and we all got levels, right? And we call it what? We call it the prime. You know, everybody be looking for the prime. Well, I don't know if Mono done made it to his prime or not. And for him to sit down right now so that he could let the youngsters do it, I give all respect to that, for sure.
You gotta give props for that in itself,
because he killing some of these youngsters. And I'm not just talking about in the true game. I'm talking about all the way around. He is killing a lot of these youngsters. Exactly.
No cap, man.
Yeah.
And the whole project really embodies that the OG taught. Like,
right.
You couldn't put a description. You couldn't get no better than that. And for his body of work to all the way up to now. I mean, we were just talking the other day, back when he was with Getting His Army. My joke used to be that, homie, that what we on, is that what we on. But that was my joke back in 2011, 2012. And from then all the way up to now, the consistency. So yeah, we're gonna get into it, man. When we come on next week.
Yeah.
Let the OG talk. We're gonna get into the song, his favorite, the passion behind it, the inspiration. We're gonna get into it, man. I can't wait. It's gonna be an episode.
Yeah, and you already know when Mono was in the house, it's never a dull moment.
No,
never a dull moment. The brother come with a personality that is big as Texas, for real. He probably didn't like that. As big as Georgia. How about that? Yeah.
Bigger than the A.
Exactly. Bigger than the A. Bigger than the A. But yeah, man. So that's the show for tonight. We got to close her out. We're going to keep the house of Shenayim. Shenayim, yeah, we're gonna keep them in prayer, and we'll be back here next week, and we're gonna keep it rolling. Next week is Mono, ain't it?
Yeah, next week is Mono. Tuesday. We're gonna have
Tuesday is Mono, and on the 6th, man, we got.
Oh man. Next week is just epic, all over the place.
The 5th we got Mono. The 6th we got Ron Dalton in the house.
Ron Dalton in the building. So
we gonna have Ron Dalton in the house on the 6th. September we got somebody else coming up in September too. I'm not particularly.
I want to say at the now,
Solemn the Prophet.
Solemn the Prophet at the end of the month. We'll do like we did last night with Shenayim, a great sit down. We're gonna do that with Solemn Prophet, and then we'll have him on the show. We want to say October is Lahat, and then we got Big Aki Yaron in November, the Detroit Brew, and then coming soon, we also gonna have Zamira Israel to talk about her new project and what her and Bezalel got going on. So keep it locked, man. From next week, really from this week, and then all the way through. Yo, I mean, the Shenayim, what a great family. Like she said, keep them in prayer. And Sister Sherry, Sister Shemaya, speedy recovery. She's not feeling well, so yeah, man, it's gonna be epic, y'all.
That's it.
This whole
From the House of Truth Be Told Flex Podcast, we want to say the water to everybody that was with us tonight. We'll be back here next week. Don't forget to check out Mono on the 5th. It will be live, and be here with us on the 6th with Ron Dalton. That's going to be great. All I can tell you is that you might want to bring you a notepad, because that brother be dropping jewels.
Yeah. Jewels, gems, diamonds. He be
that brother be dropping jewels. But with that being said, go ahead and take us on up out of here. Love you back, Mono.
Love you back. Love y'all, man. Y'all be easy. Shalom.
Shalom.
It's a pro summer, we outside. What's concealed from revealed, it's our time. Blow the trumpets like it's a new moon. All the steam to the king coming soon. It's a pro summer, we outside. Feel the sunshine, righteous vibes. A holy nation, set apart. It's all love in the kingdom of Hava.
A summer of shalom, a Mashiach alone. I'm flying like a drone, sitting high up in my throne. I'm feeling right at home, got the ruach in my bones. We keep it our Kodesh, there's no sin that we condone. We talking scriptures on the mission when I kick it with my brethren. Demons try to test, but formed against me, there's no weapon. My flesh is in subjection, so my blessings manifested. We shining like the sun, the one that resurrects.